How's it going, everyone? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, here with a video that might excite some of you old school Fallout fans that really like your top-down isometric RPG video game. So we all know Chris Avellone, right? Chris Avellone has worked on so many different titles that we all know and love, and I'll just name a few of them right now. We got Fallout 2, we got Baldur's Gate, we also have Van Buren that we never got to play, unfortunately. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, yes, Maddie, I fucking mentioned Star Wars. Neverwinter Nights, Fallout New Vegas, of course, we can't miss that. Wasteland 2, Pillars of Eternity, Prey, which yes, you need to play Prey, even if it's just to experience Chris Avellone's writing in that game, and also Divinity Original Sin 2. So Chris Avellone has worked on a lot of video games. He's a renowned writer in the games industry, particularly for RPGs, and also games that have a lot of choice in them, like Prey for instance. And it seems like whenever Chris Avellone announces his involvement in a game of some sort, people which are fans of games like Fallout and Baldur's Gate and Wasteland, etc., get really excited, and I think there's another reason for you to get excited now. So by the way, before I get into all of this, the articles that I'm talking about, the Kickstarter that I'm talking about, the gameplay video, and also the Kickstarter pitch video, everything is going to be linked in the description below, so please go check out all of those sources. I always try to reference other people's work when I use them in my videos, so please do that. But let's continue. So what am I talking about? Essentially, about 20 days ago, Chris Avellone announced his involvement in the upcoming single-player RPG Pathfinder Kingmaker. Chris announced that he was working with Owlcat Games, who is the developer of the game, as a writer/narrative designer to create and write the story behind Pathfinder Kingmaker, which again is a single-player isometric CRPG based on the Pathfinder role-playing game, which was originally published as a pencil and paper game in 2009 by Paizo Publishing. Later in the video, I'll get more into the story and what actually Pathfinder is, because it's new to me as well, so I gotta cover it off. But at the time, Chris said the following: "I'm a Paizo fan and a Pathfinder fan. I like the setting, the art style, the adventure paths, the card game, and the iconic characters. I've enjoyed playing Pathfinder with my friends, and I've enjoyed the comics, the world, and the overall setting. I'm excited by the prospect of bringing Pathfinder to the computer RPG world, and hope gamers will enjoy playing in the Pathfinder universe. The game will be set in the Stolen Lands, the dangerous and turbulent territories well known within Pathfinder fandom, and will feature familiar characters and well-known locations taken from its lore. During their adventures, players will have the opportunity to claim territory and establish their own kingdoms, but that aspect of the game will go beyond simple stronghold building to become a true reflection of the hero's character and choices made throughout the game. Each kingdom will be a living thing shaped by alignment, choices, allies, and the hero's ability to lead his or her people." So all of these were comments made by the developer Owlcat itself, and you can find that in the PC Gamer article in the description below. So this game sounds cool on paper, right? I mean, you've got a top-down isometric RPG. I know a lot of you are fans of that. You've got a game that has Chris Avellone as a writer. You're hearing a lot about choice, and I know you all love Chris Avellone's stories that involve choice. Prey and New Vegas are two big examples there. And it's based on a pre-established franchise or series that seems really interesting, to be honest. And today, Owlcat Games and also Chris Avellone announced the Kickstarter campaign for Pathfinder Kingmaker. The Kickstarter campaign is seeking $500,000, but interestingly, the game's already been funded, so I believe we're getting the game either way because their parent company is funding the project. But what the Kickstarter campaign is for is essentially to add more layers, depth, and meat to the games, and just generally to incorporate more of the lore and the story of Pathfinder into the game itself. And currently, it pays to note that the game is sitting at $167,000 in donations, just being announced in the past day, for God's sake, and it has 34 days to go. So I'm pretty sure that this thing is going to be hitting its mark, and certainly in the next couple of days when I get around to it, I will be backing it too. But the Kickstarter is linked in the description below. If this is something that interests you, go and check it out, but I'll read a bit of the Kickstarter myself, and then I'll talk more about my thoughts towards the end of the video. By the way, I'm not getting sponsored for this. I just really like Chris Avellone's work, and this sounds like a cool concept. I feel like YouTubers always need to make that clear, because otherwise it's a bit hazy. But anyways, continuing. So this is the Kickstarter pitch. I'll read it word for word. Whether you're new to the Pathfinder universe or you're a seasoned veteran, Pathfinder Kingmaker is the CRPG you've been waiting for. Here at Owlcat Games, we love and are inspired by classic isometric computer RPGs like Baldur's Gate, Fallout, and Arcanum. Our dream is to rekindle the thrill of playing those games for the first time. Building your hero, exploring the unknown, getting to know your companions, experiencing the adrenaline rush of your first battle and your last, delving into mysterious dungeons, and most importantly, seeing your protagonist and your world change through your actions. Focusing still on choice there, I like it. We've always been big fans of the Pathfinder role-playing game from Paizo Inc. So we thought, how cool would it be to do this in the beloved Pathfinder setting? Paizo agreed, and with your support, we hope to bring a brand new fantasy saga to life. Now importantly, the Kickstarter actually specifically mentions that with the Kickstarter funding, that they aim to reach 40 hours of core story and 80 hours of story and side quests. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy game, to be honest. And they're aiming for about 100 plus monsters, 10 plus classes, 7 races, a bunch of magic abilities and spells, etc. So if you're an Elder Scrolls fan too, this sounds like it'll really appeal to you. And just a final couple of key points. So Pathfinder Kingmaker is the first single player computer RPG based on the acclaimed Pathfinder role-playing game. The game invites players to Galarion, a world rich with history, mystery, and conflict, and gives players the chance to claim part of this world as their own. Pathfinder has considerable depth, not only in its lore, but also in its game mechanics and in the freedom it offers you to develop your own unique character. You can customize your character with a wide range of classes and powers, including specialized archetypes, powerful arcane and divine spells, choosing from a multitude of class abilities, skills, and feats. Pathfinder allows players to create heroes or villains that fit both their individual gameplay styles and their personalities. And of course, the Kickstarter goes into much more depth about the game's story and the kingdom, and also as well all the goals and the different types of backing levels that you can obtain. So really, as I'm reading through all of this information about Pathfinder, there are so many little elements, I believe, that would appeal to Fallout fans. Again, it's a single-player RPG. Also, older Fallout fans, because it is top-down isometric. The fact that you can customize your character with a bunch of different classes, with magic and spells, etc., should appeal to Elder Scrolls fans. And again, the fact that it has Chris Avellone writing the story, and with a big emphasis on choice and player action, this game sounds like it actually has a lot of promise. So all I wanted to do with this video is just to signal boost the campaign. If this game is something that interests you, if Chris Avallone's work is something that interests you, then go to the Kickstarter campaign and consider your options. Again, not getting sponsored for this, it just sounds like a really cool game, to be honest. Alright, anyway, Sanders, let me know what you think about this game in the comments below. It's probably going to get funded. I mean, it's been almost a day, and it's already got $167,000 for God's sake. But please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.